Hi guys, Evette Rose here. Guys, here today we're going to be having a little bit of a conversation about change. We're about to go through change. We have New Year's, we have so many other things that's happening. But apart from that, we don't always need to have like a crisis or, it's New Year's or it's going to be Christmas or there's always an event that has to push change forward. Change can also be a decision that we make ourselves. But have you noticed it's not always the easiest decision to make? Hi guys, I am really looking forward to jumping into this mini workshop here with you today, which is going to be all about change. And we're also going to be looking at some fun, ways and tools and techniques that you can perhaps use to start to make change a more fun experience, because change at the end of the day is meant to be fun. I mean, look at the world, look at life. We are who we are and where we are today because of change. I mean, look at evolution. If change didn't take place, nothing would have progressed to the point where it has. Things would not have been built or created to the point where it has. So change actually does play a beautiful fundamental role. I mean, it's something that's part of life. You can't even imagine life without it. Imagine, like, just every day is the same. Imagine that over and over again. That wouldn't make me happy. I don't know about you, but I need contrast. And that is also what change is really good for. It gives us contrast to life. Sometimes when change takes place, it can be a good change. Sometimes it's a bad change. Of course, we gravitate to things that make us feel good. I do that too. I'm not preaching here to the choir. But sometimes when change happens and there's bad emotions, there's bad experiences now connected to it, kind of sucks. Right? So now we suddenly hate change. Now we don't like change. But when it's positive change, then we love it. But what if maybe sometimes when something bad happens and there's a negative change in your life, and what we see is right in front of us, which is the pain that the change is creating, which means we don't always see the bigger picture of what could be happening or taking place after the fact, right? Maybe that negative change initially could be actually a blessing in disguise. It could be maybe that you've been with a partner that's been really treating you very badly, and suddenly that person cheats on you or they walk away from you, thinking is the worst thing ever. But then you meet this amazing other person because your energy is finally open to it. And there you go. And you live your life in a really happy, balanced way. So that's a kind of change that I'm referring to, right? Sometimes when something happens, it hurts so bad. And because pain, right, emotional pain can have actually the exact same brain waves as pain. Like if you hit your foot or your toe in the corner of a door, it really fucking hurts, right? Like it pulls you into the moment. You're not thinking about what you're going to be wearing tonight. You're not thinking about, what are you going to eat in the afternoon. You're right there where the pain is, right? So it really pulls you into the present moment. So that's also what emotional pain does. And sometimes when change comes with emotional pain, it really pulls you into that present moment where the pain just really sucks. It just really, really sucks. So what happens now? Something that actually can be breaking open, a breakthrough for you, can be dismissed because we don't like how it makes us feel. We are biologically pain avoidant. We are discomfort avoidant. That's why we have so many problems and addictions and coping mechanisms, because we're gravitating constantly to what's making us feel good. But then we find that one thing that makes us feel good, but then it also starts to make us feel bad over time because it's not necessarily a healthy coping mechanism, but we don't really give a shit because all that we want is that positive, instant gratification. And then we continuously build and build and build these toxic coping mechanisms around something that we don't want to deal with. But what if we just rip off that band-aid, deal with the change, face the change, and see what that change actually has to offer? Because I honestly, truly have to say, every single change that has come into my life, even though initially it's been so incredibly painful, so incredibly bad, when I mean, now, not at the time, I get it. At the time, I had my pity party, let me tell you that. But now when I look back at it, I'm like, wow, that's pretty incredible. I can see how that person said that thing and how it took me onto a different path. How that one thing happened and I made a different decision and I went down that path. And when I compare the different possibilities of where I could have been or what I would have had, I realized that the new path that I'm finding myself on is actually pretty spectacular. The only reason why I couldn't see it is because of my negative attitude that I had towards the change that took place. So what does that mean? If we have a negative projection towards a change, we bring that attitude, we bring that approach with us in relationship to the change that's unfolding. So of course, if you feel down all the time and you think, oh, I don't like this change, and I'm really upset right now, you're having meltdowns, then of course the change is going to be pretty shitty. But if we can acknowledge the pain, be with it, let it go, or at least find a way to in a healthy way cope and deal with it so that we can see the tunnel at the end of the light, it might make that change just a little bit better. Now, first of all, what I would love to also touch here on with you is when you in the past, when you've had negative associations with change, of course, you're not going to like change. Why? Because every time when you think consciously, I want to change something, I want to do something that requires change, the subconscious mind goes and it digs into your prior memories. And it digs up all these negative, painful memories and experiences and emotional charges, and your visceral system is reacting to these negative memories. You're having a biochemical reaction to these subconscious memories that you might not consciously recall, but your subconscious mind is super proactive. It's digging in there. And you feel bad feelings when you think about a change. But how do you know if the bad feelings that you're feeling is your intuition telling you it's a warning sign, don't change? Or if this is really truly your intuition telling, or not your intuition, sorry, if this is actually really now maybe just a bad memory and the path that you want to take might actually be that perfect path. Guys, there you have it. If you would love to continue the exercises of the specific video that you just watched, then join my free Mat membership site where we actually host the replays full life of these beautiful, powerful mini workshops that we're doing. So you get to do the exercises with us, you get to do the healing sessions with us, and you get to dive even deeper, of course, with the intention to help you to improve your quality of life and also based specifically on the topic that we discussed. So here are the instructions how to connect, and see you there. And remember, guys, it is absolutely free.